Hey there. So today is day 2 post-surgery for our little friend Garfield, who didn't eat this morning. I put a can of food down for him, soft food, of course, and he definitely was super drooly this morning and looked super swollen in his face. So I left to go to work, and then, hey buddy, and then came home tonight, realized he hadn't touched his food, and I had put his pain medicine on the liquid on top of that food, hoping he would lick it, and he didn't touch any of it. So he went today without pain meds, but he seemed, as soon as he saw me, he was up and active, and I have a feeling he's in less pain today than he was the day before the surgery. Like, he seemed excited to see me. He wanted to be petted, and so at least I think he's in less pain today than he was pre-surgery. So that's a move in the right direction. I touched his ears to feel if he was warm or anything like that, if he was having any issues. But luckily, after the surgery, they gave him a shot of antibiotics to keep off any kind of infection. And he seems to be doing good. So his ears weren't warm. I'll probably give him a little bit of CBD on his ears again in a minute. But for being day 2, he's pretty darn good. And I had forgotten too when I set his food out this morning. Just so with the soft canned food, he does like it, but he's like not thrilled about it. So I had a wonderful vet who told me, if you want to get a cat to eat, go out and get Temptations. Hey, maybe I'll get some royalties from them. Temptations. Anything in Temptations, I put it down and he eats it. He hopped right up when he smelled me open the little plastic container, and now he's woofing it down, and there's some pain meds in there. The only thing is, with the little chunks, I should have gotten the more pate kind. With the little chunks, he is struggling still with the little chunks in there. But he seems to be woofing it down, and he seems pretty happy about it. Definitely tonight, there's less drool. And that's a good sign. He's just smacking his gums like a little old man. That's the problem. He's going to get used to having nothing there. And again, the gums and cheeks are super swollen. So he's just kind of adjusting to the new normal. But he definitely looks a lot more comfortable in some ways and more active actually in his cage than he would like normally. He'd be like practically laying down to eat his food. Now he's sitting up real nice. And like I said, he initiated affection, which he just was like, rub me and bonked my hand. And I was like, well, that's a really good sign. So he's feeling good. And I wanted to start doing these videos because I found with stomatitis, I saw all kinds of videos online that have doctors talking about it, but not enough video with people showing recovery and what that's like. And I was kind of disappointed with that way when I kind of went to search on YouTube, like, what does it look like? Do cats do well with recovery? Excuse me, dropping my phone. Do cats do well with recovering from this kind of surgery? The one vet told me that 80% of the cats that have classic stomatitis, once they have their teeth out, their mouths get progressively better. And that's what I'm looking forward to for this guy. I call him Biggie G, but his formal name is Garfield, but he's my Biggs. So, but I just don't want this animal to suffer. He lived out in the wild for a number of years, and I think he's had enough of the wildlife, and I think he's ready for some domesticity. So keep following my posts if you want. I'm going to keep showing his progress. And then I have another cat, Maxie, who's living in my bathroom right now, who has also been a challenge. She's gorgeous. I think it's a she. We're not 100% sure because she won't let me look under the hood or won't let me look under the trunk, I should say. I can't get a good look. And she's a long-haired cat, so I can't really see very good. She won't let me near her that way. So anyway, I'm going to start some videos about my experience with her and domesticating her. I fully believe now, after domesticating a couple of FerAls, that I think it's anybody could probably do it as long as they're patient enough and they have a little room in their house that has no place for them to hide. Like the bathroom, we block off place that the cat can hide because that's a feral behavior. And I feel like she's coming along. She's a little slower in her progress than Biggs over here. But my first feral that I retrained took a while too for him to warm up. And once he did, he loved affection so much, he practically would go catatonic when I would massage him or rub his ears. He would like almost faint. It was the funniest thing I ever saw. I'm like, did that cat just collapse? Like he had never known that kind of affection his entire life. He was a full feral. And now he is a love addict. He has to be touching me at all times. It's amazing what you could do with these cats. So there is hope for these animals. I know that a lot of people love to see, with these communities, like, oh, if they're well fed, they can live forever out there. They're kind of wild and stuff. But some of these cats, I'm going to tell you, I used to kind of think that sometimes too. And these cats are suffering. Like, they're getting in fights. There's foxes we have foxes back here. They would fight with foxes. They're picking up diseases. This poor fella is FIV positive. So he picked up something from a fight, which maybe that's why his teeth were so bad. He had an autoimmune reaction to the plaque on his teeth, and to the point where it was so severe, he just was like, stopped eating and was basically at death's door. But, I'm finding that these cats, once I take them in and start doing this, they never miss being outside. And we had one bear that just passed away. So he was inside our house for 1.5 years, and he was living a good life, and he was such a sweet cat. And we always thought he was a little on the chubby side. We had blood work on him. His blood work was really clear. But I believe like one day I just noticed he's just stopped eating, and we tried different foods. I thought it was food. I switched foods, and here after a few weeks, he just dropped so much weight. It was rapid and frightening. We took him, had some deeper tests done, and here he had the infectious peritonitis disease, so it's FIP, and it was pretty fatal. And he went downhill very quick. We had his belly drained. They drained a whole liter off of his belly. And here out in the wild, we always thought, oh, that's funny. That feral is so chunky. And here the feral was, he had FIP, which means he probably picked up a virus when he was just little and always had intestinal issues. But you can't really tell. Sometimes you can't tell with these cats until it's too late. And so eventually he got to the point where you had to put down. He was really failing very quickly. And we miss him very much. He was sweet. He was the second feral that I domesticated, and we miss him a lot. But now we're putting our energy into these other ferals, the other two. So this one, Garfield, and Maxie. So look for the videos. I'll be posting more. Thanks so much. Hope these help. Bye.